Okay, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at the 550 performance ECU for the CRF 300 Rally. Sit back and let's see what we learn. Okay, why are we playing with this ECU? What are we trying to achieve? Well, for me, I've changed from 1440 gearing to 1438, and I'm looking for something to fill in a slight torque gap now, especially in 6th gear. I enjoy 1st through to 5th. Lets me rev out each gear a little bit more, sort of widens each gear, but 6th gear is a little bit down on torque. So the ECU comes in two forms. One is called stock improved, and the other one which we're reviewing today is what they call stage 1 for modifications with a free flowing muffler and header pipe. And this is what it says on their website. The features of this reflash: more aggressive timing utilizing 91 octane fuel, 11,000 RPM rev limiter, base fuel mapping enriched, closed loop fueling zones reduced, which allows better compromise between fuel economy and power, acceleration fuel maps enriched, warm idle raised up to 1,500 RPM, pair and evap check engine codes removed, and deceleration fuel cut altered to alleviate on-off throttle sensitivity. And what does all that look like? Well, luckily they've provided us with a dyno graph from their website. This is the area that we're really interested in. So from 5,000 RPM up to about 8,000 RPM. The area that's really lacking on my bike with the 1438 gearing. So hopefully this increase in power and torque will fill in that gap and hopefully give me some noticeable improvement. Ordering the ECU was pretty straightforward. Just went to their website, selected the 300 Rally, selected the tune I want, which was the 91 octane. They've actually got an exchange program for the ECU, so you don't need to send them yours if you don't want to. And that's what I chose, just to save any waiting around without an ECU and therefore not being able to ride the bike. Here's the bit that hurt a little. The shipping charges to Australia are a bit steep, and it's not Maverick's fault. It's just at the moment the way the world is, shipping prices are just silly, and that's what I had to pay. I was relying on a combination of the United States Parcel Service and Australia Post, so you can guess how that turned out. Finally, it arrived, and I wasted no time fitting it to the bike and heading out for the first test ride. I headed straight for the freeway to see if that torque gap had been filled, and it had. If you compare this scene to my opening scene on the freeway, you can see I was struggling to get to 110, struggling to overtake, and just then easily up to 120 and past that car. And I'm cruising happily now at 110, no problems at all. Coming up to some more traffic now, and you can see I'm easily overtaking that. Not trying too hard, just a slight twist of the throttle just to cruise past. Holds its road speed now really well. Not revving hard at all really, but just as Maverick promised, an increase of torque and a little bit more power. What it's also done is made 6th gear a lot more usable. With my standard ECU, I couldn't really pull 6th gear at much less than 100 kilometers an hour. I needed the rev to be up high so that I could click it into 6 and have any chance of holding speed or, heaven forbid, building speed. Now with this ECU, I can click it into 6, 70, 80 kilometers an hour, and it will pull from there. This is just merging onto another road, and it does it easy. One thing that's hard to show, but the ECU does improve, is the actual pull out of corners. So this bike, like many small bore bikes, you twist the throttle, the revs increase, and you gradually, build power. Now with this ECU, I twist the throttle coming out of the corner and you can actually feel the little bit of pull that's increased. So you have that actual sensation of the bike having more power and pulling you out of a corner. There is, I would almost say, a power band now where I can feel it pulling out of a corner, and it makes riding, especially these nice country roads, just so much more enjoyable. It's just made the bike all round better for adventure riding and for exactly what I want. To be able to cruise with lower revs but have the power to pull. It's worked perfect. Now in the bush, the changes are very worthwhile as well. The increase in torque is noticeable. I notice it coming out of corners, uphills, and even little power wheelies, things like that. It's not crazy, pulling your arms out of the socket torque, but it is a good increase. You need to bear in mind that I have the taller 1438 gearing. So if you have the standard gearing 1440, it's going to feel even better. That increase in torque and power will be more noticeable. But as I said, for me, it's about adventure riding. This is an adventure bike for me. So it needs to be able to do everything, and that includes sitting on the freeway comfortably, being able to overtake cars. For me, this 550 performance stage 1 ECU has been definitely worthwhile. I would recommend it. The cost is, I believe, fair. We do pay a bit in Australia to get it shipped over here, but again, I'm happy to pay that for the results that I've got. That's about it for me for this review. Overall positive result, and yeah, very happy with it. Thanks for watching, and please, if you like these videos, subscribe and I'll keep them coming. See you next time.